Raw review for the July 28th episode of Raw. I'm Will, that's Brandon. We're the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling podcast. As always, let's cheers. Talk about some wrestling.
Yeah, the go-home episode for Raw, right before SummerSlam. And it didn't hit like it used to hit, I will say. But the ending was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. And we want to make sure everybody knows it is SummerSlam week. And thank you guys for stopping by the Raw live stream. We will be doing SmackDown and SummerSlam and Raw. So if you have time, stop by youtube.com/@CodWrestlePod and come to our streams. But let's get into this. We did start with another Hulk Hogan tribute package, a new one that was nice to see. We'll move it on. Jey Uso starts the show. He's eating. And that man's constantly out of breath. He comes down. It doesn't matter how many times he eats. He's out of breath.
I mean, I know I'm out of shape, but I might have better cardio. That's saying a lot.
You might have better cardio. But he goes for his encore time. But the second he goes to the encore, you hear, "Ladies and gentlemen," and Mr. Paul Heyman comes out and he says, "My name is," and the crowd's booing, and he says, "No, my name is not Boo." Paul Heyman was cooking tonight.
It's not Monsters, Inc.
Yeah, God damn it. Because tonight, you're in the main event, Mr. Jey Uso versus Bronson, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to speak man to man, bloodline member to bloodline member. I want to speak about family. And he gets in the ring, and Jey starts to get all kind of mad and irritated him. So Paul wisely gets out of the ring and backs up. Even he's kind of at the point where they suicide dive during matches, and he goes, "No, I know you can jump far, so I'm gonna scoot back more." So that was nice. But he says, "I can't believe that you're deciding to team with Roman Reigns, all because of this family thing." He says, "Family will always let you down. Trust me, that is a prophecy." And he says, "I'll give you an example. Your mom probably told you Santa Claus is real. Well, she lied to you. And your father, Rikishi, he lied to you. And Roman Reigns, what has he done for you? Remember when he said, I'm going to pick a new tribal chief back in the day? Did he pick you? No, he picked Solo Sikoa. And how did that work out? And now is he telling you behind the scenes that he's going to make you all this money and he's a changed man and all this stuff? No, he's lying to you. 100% he's going to be lying to you. We brought you," or he says, "but me, Jey, I can tell you this because I love you, Jey Uso, just like family." And then he yeets, and Jey gets all mad. He says, "I am here for my family, Mr. Paul Heyman. I'll pull up for my family whenever. You can talk all that crap for me. You can talk all that crap, but I went and I proved myself on my own. I went and won a world championship by myself. And when it comes to you, you ain't family with me because we brought you in, and what did you do? You screwed all of us over. So at SummerSlam, all of this is on you." Yeet. And we hit the music. Anyway, Paul Heyman's part was an absolute pop. Jey Uso, his rebuttal, didn't make any damn sense at all, in my opinion. He just said the same thing that he said for a better part of a year at this point. So I'm popping Paul Heyman's part of the promo, but Jey Uso, no, man, I've heard it all before. I'm not eating it. Drop.
Surprised you actually had words written down for Jey Uso, because I didn't know what the hell he said, because he was out of breath and he's breathing and he's talking like this and he keeps on going and I couldn't do it. So I was like, you know what? I'm out on this one. But altogether, I would probably drop it. Even Paul's part. It's not that Paul's part wasn't bad to me tonight. I liked Paul's message with the idea of everybody lying and try to get Jey versus Roman kind of in Jey's head, right? I like that. To me, this is a promo that should have happened a couple of weeks ago. Yep. It just doesn't have enough time to build with SummerSlam being, 6-7 days away, things like that. You look at it and it's like, okay, this would have been a great first promo. And then next week, Paul comes out and he does something again and he says again. And you really have that doubt kind of creep into Jey's mind. So for me, dropping it just because of the time. There's not a lot of time for me to sit there and think okay, Jey could really go against Roman Reigns at this point after all the years of all this stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I do think that it is a good thing to start bringing up the past when you talk about Jey yet again teaming with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman being the one to do it. That's just smart. That's the obvious storytelling route that we should have gone from day one. We kind of have, but I'm with you. This should have been done weeks ago. And the whole story should have been that they still haven't even acknowledged is the fact that Roman hasn't apologized. I don't know why that's not a part of this story, because that's easily the easiest route to hey, why do you trust Roman Reigns when he can't even be a man, stand up to you and apologize? That still hasn't happened. So while I'm with them on the whole trying to turn Jey against Roman thing, or at least plant the seeds in his head that he can't trust Roman, I still don't think they're really doing it right. And I think it's too late because we're literally 6 days away from the match. So it's okay,
Yeah, and for all the people that are like, well, how could they start that sooner? Because Roman Reigns hasn't come back.
Fair.
And I understand that. Like, that's a fair rebuttal, but at the same time, it's like, that just really kind of proves the point of, like, they're really trying to cram in the real reason. And I understand it's a pivot, right? This is probably not what was supposed to happen, right? I get all of that. So they are trying, but you just do have to take it for what it is at the end of the day. Yeah. Okay, it is kind of smashed together.
You're right. It is a big pivot. I get it. We kind of forget about the set stuff too quickly. Anyway, we do move on here to a 6-person mixed tag team match that I had forgot was planned. I was pleasantly surprised when I saw it. It was AJ Styles and Asuka and Kairi Sane, so AJ and the Kabuki Warriors, taking on Mr. Dirty Dom Mysterio and the team of Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. And this was great. Dom comes out and smacks AJ Styles before the bell even rings, and then the bell rings, he turns around and he tags in Raquel. And it's like, I'm staying away from you. And then after Raquel got tagged in, she looked great. She basically 1v2'd the Kabuki Warriors for a good few minutes in this match. Wonderful to see the improvements from Raquel on a weekly basis. Just keep on skyrocketing, and I absolutely love it. But the Judgment Day side of things here, they kind of just cheat when the ref's away. They keep Kairi Sane on their side most of the match. They beat up on her for a bunch of the time here. Eventually, though, Kairi Sane spears Roxanne Perez, and we think we're going to get a hot tag over. But once again, Judgment Day cheats by going over to the sides, and Raquel removes Asuka from the ropes, and Dom takes out AJ, so all the hell breaks loose and all that good stuff. Eventually, though, the end of the match would kind of come to fruition here, and AJ Styles and Dom Mysterio are in the ring, and AJ is destroying him, right? Because Dom isn't allowed to get offense in on Monday Night Raw, basically. But it's to the point where AJ's ready to phenomenal forearm Dom Mysterio when Roxanne Perez, she gets in the way. She stands between Dom and AJ, and she saves the man. And AJ obviously doesn't try to phenomenal forearm because he hit Roxanne, but he gets in the ring. Dom attacks. AJ still gets the advantage. Roxanne gets sent to the outside of the ring. But then AJ Styles, so Raquel and Roxanne on the outside, and Kairi Sane and AJ are in the ring. And Kairi runs at AJ, and he just pops her up for a super insane elbow over the top ropes into Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. The spot of the night. It was incredible. Nailed it. Then, of course, he phenomenal forearms Dom Mysterio gets the win here. So AJ Styles with the Kabuki Warriors stands tall at the end of the day, but Roxanne Perez does put herself on the line to save Dom Mysterio during the match. I'm popping this.
Yeah, I feel like you have to pop this. You had a lot of story beats here. And for anybody that's talking about like the AJ Kabuki Warriors, the new little New Japan throwback, so that was kind of cool to see. The Dom AJ stuff, I don't know why we continue to have Dom get no offense in ever. That would probably be like the one gripe, but still small stuff. I think SummerSlam he'll really kind of show out and show that he can get some in. And you have Roxanne and Raquel really kind of building that trust with Dom, specifically Roxanne. I mean, we've never really seen her stand up for Dom like that, right? We've had little hints here and there. Michael Cole even on commentary discusses like, oh, well, it's Romeo and Juliet. Like, why does Dom keep doing this stuff? And Corey Graves calls Dom the Shohei Ohtani of women's love in WWE, basically. And so it's all there, but we finally get to see it. We finally get to see Roxanne kind of taking that side. And like I said, Kabuki Warriors, awesome. Cool to see AJ again. Cool little mixed tag to start out the night. Something we don't really get. We don't really get a lot of like mixed tags anymore. I like the mixed tag challenge that they had a while back. So it was all good stuff.
Yeah, I want to see more of this. I like the mixed tag stuff, but AJ and Dom is AJ and Dom. You know, when it comes to Dom Mysterio, I just don't expect him to look competent on Monday Night Raws. It's just not something that he does. He gets beat up all the time, and then we hope that he pulls it off at the PLEs, basically. But the Roxanne stuff, very interesting here. Like you said, we really haven't seen, like, right in our face a moment like this, and she straight up put her body on the line and saved Dirty Dom today, and then later on in the night, she got him a Nintendo Switch 2, too, so she's kind of following in the footsteps of what Liv Morgan did a year ago, so we're officially planting those seeds. SummerSlam's this weekend. We got the ball rolling down the hill here, so hopefully at SummerSlam, we get some big stuff happening, and maybe a Liv Morgan return, but she's coming for Dom, it looks like.
Yeah, so, also important to note that when she gives that to Dom, Raquel's like, you know who also loves video games? Liv.
Well,
Oh, we should FaceTime her. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll touch on it a little bit later when we get there. But random part of the night here, Sheamus is backstage and Grayson Waller walks up to him with the New Day because Grayson Waller's a new man with the New Day. And Sheamus is like, oh, you think you're all that? How about we fight tonight? And we got ourselves a match. And this thing was as about a by-the-books match as you could have on a Monday Night Raw. Sheamus would do a rolling senton to the outside. Waller did hit like a tornado DDT to Sheamus onto the ring apron, which was kind of cool. I mean, Sheamus is always going to give you he's going to let you put his life on the line once a match just so you can call it a banger, and we love to see it. And then he gets the 10 beats of the Balor in. Rusev does show up, but Sheamus is able to like duck him and still beat Waller. And then Rusev beats the hell out of him with a shillelagh and everything. So we do get that. My question kind of here is, as much as we love Sheamus, are we interested in this Sheamus Rusev stuff? Are you interested in Rusev as a character since he's come back to WWE? Because I'm dropping this.
Yeah, I'm dropping this as well. No, I'm not, to answer the question. I guess that's kind of the short answer. Really, I mean, Rusev Day was awesome. That was great. Even Rusev, when he was in AEW, some of the stuff I really kind of liked. But since he's come back, it's kind of like, okay, what is this? Like, they haven't done a really good job of me being able to, like, relate with him. Or I haven't really got this idea of, like, oh, he's a big, bad heel. Like, because at times he doesn't really look that big and bad. So it's just like, okay. I'm kind of just out on the Rusev stuff. It also makes it tough because, like, the blood feuds in WWE work when two guys are established really well. And Rusev not being established, it's hard to, like, get a blood feud to really kind of work when one guy's not established that he should be. He got a promo later on in the night during a commercial break, but, like, does anybody really care? Does anybody really know what he said? That's kind of where I'm at with it. I kind of just want to see Sheamus move on to something else at this point.
Yeah, I'm not on the Rusev train right now. I was kind of really hoping when it was announced on like the internet that Rusev had signed a contract with WWE. I was like, honestly, let's stop the big mean Rusev and let's immediately go back to Rusev Day because McMahon cut that one short. I wanted to see like what Triple H would let that happen, what he would let that turn into if we do bring back Rusev Day and like have him be the face type character and all that stuff. But turning him right back into just this big brawling brute that kind of just beats up on Sheamus. It's like every opponent that Sheamus gets into a rivalry with beats up on him. So you're not establishing yourself as anything different other than just another Sheamus rivalry. So at this point, it's just like, hopefully we get one more good match out of it. And then it's like, I don't really care to see what Rusev does next.
Yeah. Yeah. And it almost honestly is to that point for Sheamus as well.
Yeah.
Because he has the same feuds with everybody.
Yeah.
Like, okay, at the end of the day, one of you guys is going to win this feud, the other guy's going to lose this feud. It won't lead to anything for either of you, and that's that.
The difference is he's Sheamus.
Right.
Yeah. So Naomi backstage, she cuts a phenomenal promo. Didn't write it all down, but the basis here was basically, I don't care what you who you throw at me, past, present, or future. I'm gonna knock them all down, including this weekend. But man, dude, she can just cut it. She's phenomenal. And we get Paul and Bronson Reed backstage, and Paul's kind of hyping up Bronson Reed. He says that Jay's family says that we are nothing but a group without a leader. And when he says that, Braun Breaker enters the screen and says, which we have now, which is a very interesting line, which we have now. That's kind of insinuating that he is stepping into the leader role. He says, we've got this. You will destroy Jey Uso and you will restore the power and control over the WWE that we will have. And Bronson then says, I will leave Jay and his family down, out, and tsunami. Bronson Reed walks away and Braun looks at Paul Heyman and says, I have a plan. So we have that going on later in the day. But yeah, we'll that happens later. We'll talk about all that down the line here. That's when Lyra Valkyria came out, and she came out sporting these big old blue shoes. And immediately we looked at her and said, those some big old blue shoes we're on the stream. And the first thing she said was, these are my Becky stompers. I love that. I love it.
I wasn't a big of a fan of it.
I love it.
It was all right.
She said, I will be a 2-time champ this weekend. Becky will have to kill me in order to beat me. And what Becky's proven is that she will not play by the rules. So when we decided to do this type of match with this type of stipulation, I said, screw it. Let's do it her way. She doesn't know what I'm capable of. I am prepared to go where I've never gone before. When that happens, Becky Lynch's music hits, but no Becky Lynch. But Lyra's prepared. She did not lie. She immediately turns around, runs the ropes, and Becky Lynch is there getting a kendo stick out from under the ring. And she uses her Becky stompers and does a sliding baseball drop kick to the back of her head with them. So she literally used her Becky stompers to stomp Becky out, steals that kendo stick, and hits her 25 times with it. Just chases her around the ring and beats her like a piñata.
It was a lot.
They go into the ring. Becky gets it for a second, but she decides, screw this. I'm just going to drop the kendo stick and retreat, kind of regroup. So she retreats.
Yeah, Lyra tries to get her for like a Nightwing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. She picks her up, but Becky gets off and says, I'm out of here. So Lyra Valkyria stands tall going to SummerSlam. She had her Becky stompers on, and she says she's willing to go where she's never been before. It's just more of the same. I absolutely love this rivalry, and I'm looking forward to the conclusion at SummerSlam, hopefully. Pumping it.
Yeah, Lyra did not lie tonight, am I right? Cut it out, man. Right there. Yeah, this was fun.
Lyra punch to the Dave Coulier.
Yeah, that's the type of entertainment you get here. Yeah, it was fine. The promo itself from Lyra wasn't anything interesting really for me. It was just like, okay, yeah, just your classic kind of baby face. I'd like to be, when she's in the ring interacting with somebody, the more fiery babyface promo tonight was like by herself, just overly kind of babyface. So I'm interested to see if she's able to kind of translate the fieriness from her promos with people into the solo stuff. I think that would be a great touch she could really kind of work on a little bit. But overall, it was good stuff. You got her standing tall. You got Becky trying to, get the one-up advantage again. She can't. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't want this feud to really ever end. I know eventually it kind of has to. But to look at where the IC title is now compared to where it was before this feud, it's night and day. So props to both of them. Props to Lyra and Becky.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say that the match is going to be spectacular. The conclusion will be the conclusion, whether or not you think Lyra's going to win or Becky. To me, it doesn't really matter. Tonight just proved, I agree, she can get a little bit better at her solo promos, but man, she's got a character now. Like, she is so established. She's all comfortable out there. She did a little turn in the ring, showing off her shoes. Like, it's a completely new, reinvigorated Lyra Valkyria, and it's like we have built ourselves a woman star on Raw that you can immediately throw into whatever situation you want. So the job is done, no matter what the outcome is here at SummerSlam. So I just took the moment while I was watching. I was just like, job well done. I'm excited for both people involved in this, and I'm ready for a great match at SummerSlam. So it's just props to everybody at this point.
Yeah, props all around.
Sammy interviewed. He's getting interviewed with, I think it was Corey Graves.
Jesus Christ.
And it was a sit-down interview that happened earlier in the day, right? And Cross, they asked him about Cross, and he said, Cross wants some warped truth. He's standing in the way of my goals of becoming champion, so I need to be done with this. And Cross shows up, and he tells Corey to scoot and skedaddle. And Corey's like, okay. And Cross takes a chair, turns it around, and Scarlett's with him. And he looks right at Sammy, and he says, I wanted to attack you, but I want you to be at SummerSlam, so I feel like that wasn't a good idea. You will show your true colors, and you will prove that I am right after all. After I beat you, you will look at me, and you will say, Cross, you told the truth, and then I will go away. And that's when Sammy rebutted. He says, you think you're smart. I don't care what you want me to say. You will not beat me, but sure, if you were to randomly beat me, I'll say whatever you want. But you need to understand that maybe you have been wrong about everything and me. And when I beat you, I want you to look at me and admit that you were wrong this entire time. So it looks like at SummerSlam, we are adding a pseudo stipulation to this match. It looks like whoever wins the Sammy Zayn and Karrion Kross match will be the right human, and the other person will have to admit to it. I don't think there's much good stuff here. I'm not going to give it a pop or a drop. This is just kind of something that happened.
No, we'll get more kind of into this, I think, with our predictions.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a ton, but you can kind of go in depth as the feud as a whole. But nothing really to move the needle one way or another. But Kross is always good with the promo stuff. Yeah, good stuff. You got your classic, well, I shouldn't even say classic, your old Sami Zayn, just, I'm going to get you. That was pretty much it.
I'm going to get you. Bayley's backstage with Jackie Redmond, and Jackie's question to her is basically, what's next? And Bayley said she lost her tag title, she missed WrestleMania, she lost her opportunity to become an Intercontinental Champion, and now she lost her opportunity to be at SummerSlam, so she has no idea what's next. So that's also going to be a part of our predictions probably. And it was part of our podcast we released yesterday. If you want to check that out, where we answer some of SummerSlam's biggest questions. But we feel like Bayley might be involved in the SummerSlam stuff, to say
On the verge of tears.
On the verge of tears.
Verge of tears.
She was on the verge of tears.
Mm-hmm.
She was. Then we moved it on to the 8-woman tag team match full of freaking stars here. We had the team of Rhea Ripley, Nikki Bella, Io Sky, and Stephanie Vaquer versus Chelsea Green, Alba Fire, Piper Niven, and our champion Naomi. This thing slapped.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the teams on paper and you think to yourself, oh, one of these teams is a lot better than the other. But the match started that way and unfolded, and it actually was pretty dang good.
It was. Rhea would destroy Naomi right away, and Naomi would kind of back up to the ropes to look up at Chelsea, and Chelsea's like, no, you go get her. And then Naomi got up and tagged her in, and then that happened. And when Chelsea got tagged in, instead of Rhea beating her out, that's when Nikki Bella wanted to come in. And Nikki would get a good spine buster to Chelsea, but then that whole heel team just beat the hell out of Nikki for like the next 5 minutes. Like they just beat the hell out of her, right?
Yeah.
Destroying her. This one's kind of hard to cover because 8 women tag team messes a lot, right? But eventually hell would break loose, and you get a hot tag to Stephanie Vaquer, who would do like running knees to all 4 people on the corner. So she would have all 4 of the heel tag team into all 4 corners. She'd go corner to corner and just hit absolutely all of them. She would hit the Devil's Kiss to Chelsea Green, all the good stuff.
Great sell by Chelsea, by the way.
Yeah, dude, she looked like she was dying.
I don't like it sometimes when they always have the arms.
Yeah.
But she just let her arms flail, and it was all.
And then right after that, Nikki Bella would come in and hit the Bella Buster to Alba Fire. I guess that's a thing now. And Naomi would kind of...
Shout out X-Pac.
Yeah. Naomi would walk in, but then Io would come in and like do a springboard and drop kick to her. And that's when Io and Nikki would start celebrating with each other. They both did Io's thing. But then Piper Niven took them out, and she started doing the Io thing.
With the camera zoom in on
Yeah,
it.
it was
great. That might have been moment of the match.
And then Rhea Ripley pops up behind Piper, Riptide's Piper, which was absolutely great. And then there's, of course, that leaves little old Chelsea Green, who's always in these situations. And Rhea's not the person who is legal in the match at the moment, but Stephanie Vaquer gets in there. She is the SVB to Chelsea Green. 1, 2, 3, and the faces win this match. After the match, Io Sky did pull Rhea to the side and say, look, we were a tag team tonight, but I'm going to beat you. Rhea said, I'm going to eventually climb that mountain and beat you. And Io said, no, you won't. You're never going to beat me, basically. Nah. Anyway, this was a fun-ass 8-woman tag match with some of the biggest stars in all of wrestling popping the hell out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, the match, you look at it on paper, you're like, well, I know who's going to win this match. Well, that's who ended up winning the match. And it honestly started out a little bit rough. I was like, oh, man, what are we doing? But then it started to pick up, and then everybody started to get their stuff in. They really kind of took a second to get their footing, and then it was awesome. It was great stuff. Really enjoyed this match. Right team won here, obviously. I mean, poor Naomi, she's got Secret Harvest and Chelsea Green on her team. You knew she wasn't winning, but just good stuff all around.
Yeah, I mean, I have no complaints here. You had a little bit of a tease at more Nikki, Chelsea stuff. Naomi didn't take a pin and didn't really get destroyed, so you don't really have her. You didn't really have Rhea standing tall, or Io, or Naomi. They kind of, like Steph got the win here, so you don't really have any tells going to the Women's World Heavyweight Championship match. So it was the best hits of everybody. It was great.
You have somebody that's not in any match at SummerSlam, which is a travesty, but she's not in any match, but she gets the win. And she kind of just continues to keep that stock rising until her title match at Clash.
Finn, he's backstage rallying the troops because they're a little bit banged up after their loss earlier in the night to AJ and them, and that's when Roxanne would give Dom a switch because Dom was like, do you guys want some help during your championship match tonight?
You need some assistance?
Yeah, he said, you need some assistance, and Finn was like, no, how about you play video games? And you gotta stop talking to my boy like that, Dom, come on. But Roxanne hands him the switch, and then he's like, this is gonna be fun, and that's when Raquel was like, who also likes to play Switch? Miss Liv Morgan. And then, so.
You play video games? That's what he said.
You got games on your phone?
Jesus Christ. How do you go from the... It's a quick side note. We're not going to go too deep into it. But the amazing stuff from AAA over the weekend, you get that amazing pop, and it's awesome. It's great. The greatest Mysterio of all time. And then you play games too. And I say, why are we taking a step back like that? I want serious, Dom.
I can't argue that. Yeah. I cannot argue that. I don't get how you see that pop. Stone cold level pop in Mexico, and then you're like, no, you're playing Switch on Monday, bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
rewrite it, crumple it up, throw it away. Do something.
Never look at it again. Anyway, this would lead to our tag title match. It was the LWO versus Judgment Day, JD and Finn Balor for the tag team championship. And these LWO guys are pretty damn good at this wrestling thing. They have absolutely no character. I bet 99% of people in that arena did not know their names. You could not name
What are
them.
their names?
Their names. Del Toro and Phoenix.
Cruz Del Toro.
Just Del Toro and Phoenix. But yeah, they're really good at wrestling. And they would do a bunch of good stuff throughout the match, but eventually, like, Balor and them would do their cheap stuff to get the advantage. Basically, anytime the Judgment Day had a advantage here, it was because of them cheating when the refs were looking away. But, I mean, we have this thing where Del Toro did a freaking coast to coast to JD and got him nailed him. I mean, drop kick coast to coast to his face.
He almost looked a little unsure when he gets up on the top rope. I'm like, oh no, is he gonna be able to? And then he just flies across. Okay.
I mean,
all right, cool.
Okay, so we can talk about them doing stuff like all match because they did crazy stuff. But then the craziest stuff happened after this. Randomness. So LWO looks like they're about to win this thing. I mean, they're about to win the match. There's a Phoenix Splash that gets hit, and it looks like we're going to get a pin here. But then El Grande Americano shows up, and he jumps on the apron, and nothing said or anything. He just kind of distracts enough for, I think it was I don't know which one was
Del
getting
Toro's
the pin.
in the ring.
Was he in the pin? Okay, so Del Toro gets distracted, and then you see Dragon Lee come out, and Dragon Lee comes out and attacks El Grande Americano. But this is when you would think that Judgment Day would get the advantage off the distraction and get the win. No, they still get beat up, and Del Toro goes back to the top rope to hit another Phoenix Splash when El Grande Americano, but not the one we saw earlier. The chat had a good name for him. It was El Pequeño Americano. He shows up and distracts Del Toro, which leads to Finn Balor getting the coup de grace and getting a win. So there are now two El Grande Americanos, El Grande and El Pequeño. They get Judgment Day the win. Who the hell is this new El Grande Americano? And I'm popping all this. This is fantastic.
It's about as ridiculous as it sounds.
Yeah, mine
awesome.
is.
I think it was Clark that said the name, so shout out to Clark for the
shout out Clark.
Pequeño Americano. Yeah, so they didn't really do a playback, or they didn't really go into detail about any of it. They're just like, who is that guy? And he ran off into the crowd, right? And you're like, oh, sure, they're going to show it again. Oh, sure, we're going to get a still shot. Oh, sure, we're going to get something, right? Nothing. Nada. Zip. It's a mystery at this point. Basically, from our chat, what we found out, probably Pete Dunne. He did wear some sweats to maybe cover up some of the leg tattoos that he has. And honestly, you could sign me up for that. As long as you make these two a team, El Grande Americano and El Pequeño Americano, make those a tag team. The tag team I never knew I needed, but the tag team that I now want.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The second I saw it, I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I don't care what people say on the internet. I thought it was so freaking funny when he popped up there and we got the still image online that it's obviously Pete Dunne. It's like, this is awesome. Screw being Butch and bringing him back doing that stuff. Just add to this absolute nonsense. And it was in the middle of a fantastic match and all hell is breaking loose. This is great. I mean, this is just the fun stuff of wrestling. And El Grande had a good pop in Mexico and stuff like that. So give me a team of El Grande and El Pequeño Americano any day of the week and let's get after it. I'm looking forward to whatever's next.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just ridiculous. But it's fun.
Gunther, he's here. And he comes out and he says, I went to toe-to-toe last week with the supposed best in the world on the mic, and I won. I left the voice of the voiceless speechless. He doesn't deserve to be called the best in the world, and I made him shut the hell up, and that's when CM Punk does come out. And he says, speechless. No. I was dumbfounded. I was dumbfounded because it dawned on me that I did not want to be world champion. Huh? What do you mean? He said, I need to be world champion. He said, I need it like I need air, like I need the blood in my heart pumping through my veins. And he went on and on and on about how much he needed it. But he says, I need to raise it as a thank you to these fans. You say that I'm not the best in the world, that I shouldn't call myself it, but I earned the right to call myself that. I have left a trail of bodies of Hall of Famers and some of the best in the world in my path, which is pretty cool to say. And that's when Gunther starts to step up to try to shut Punk up, and Punk shuts him up right away and says, you aren't on my level, kid. And he goes, and on Saturday, I'm going to win the championship. It's going to be real good. So we got another Gunther Punk promo here. This was a classic Punk getting pissed on a mic and just cutting up stuff. What more can we say about him? It's CM Punk cutting a great promo on a Monday Night Raw. I'm popping the hell out of it.
Yeah, I'm going to pop it as well. There's honestly not much to say about it. I mean, Gunther obviously was trying to say that he got the win last week. And Punk's like, oh, you think that's a win? I'll show you a win. Here, hold this. Hold my mic, basically. calls it an addiction. Wrestling is his addiction. He doesn't drink or do drugs.
Yeah.
Because he's so in love and addicted to wrestling. Your standard CM Punk promo. Crowd's loving it. Crowd is behind him. Crowd wants him to win that title. And honestly, I'm right there with the crowd.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add. I mean, it's just, if I was going to add anything, it'd kind of lead into my prediction on the match. So I don't really want to spoil that and give that away. But yeah, I kind of feel the same way as I do like the Becky Lyra stuff. It's just like, I'm already sold. Let's have fun with the match. So then the main event, Jey Uso, Bronson Reed. Jey Uso does not come from the crowd. He needs
The poor fans, they messed up twice.
Yeah, they didn't get him twice.
Yeah.
Bronson destroys him for a lot of this match, and Heyman on the outside keeps yelling, hit him so hard his whole family feels it. And that's when Jey Uso gets a comeback and does one suicide dive, gets up, and Braun Breaker spears the hell out of him. I mean, he does that running spear where he basically somersaults afterwards.
He DDTs himself. Yeah.
And this is when stuff goes absolutely wild. So we have DQ, and they're destroying Jey Uso, but that means Mr. Roman Reigns is here. So Tribal Chief, the OTC one. Pretty good, huh? He comes out, and he sends Braun Breaker out of the ring. He throws Bronson Reed into the post. And then him and Jey Uso team up. I think Jey super kicks Braun Breaker off the apron. Bronson Reed gets a Superman punch, and we think that Jey Uso and Roman Reigns are going to stand tall, but they get cocky. They go, let's take care of these fools.
You know, Roman helps Jey up, and then he says, let's go for the kill shot, huh?
Let's go for the kill shot. We're both going to do running spears on the outside of the ring. So Roman's going to go for Braun Breaker. Jay's going to go for Bronson Reed. They both get taken out. Roman Reigns eats a spear. Braun's like, I will up your spear, sir. And he destroys him. And then they go into the ring, and he does that running spear off the ropes and kills Jey. And then they tsunami Jey. And then they're like, well, it ain't done yet. We gonna go get this Roman guy and beat him up too. So he goes to the outside of the ring and does his apron clothesline to Roman, where he jumps off the apron, clotheslines him over the barricade or over the announce table.
Yeah, it doesn't just go outside, just flies outside.
Flies outside.
Just like, you know what? Roman sold the hell out of it.
Yeah, Roman acts like he died. It's great. Throws Roman in the ring, tsunamis Roman Reigns, and then Braun starts talking, and he cuts a version of the old Tribal Chief Roman Reigns promo against Brock Lesnar from back in the day when Roman Reigns started to do these cameramen work for me, these fans work for me. Braun Breaker starts to do that, and he says, all this used to be yours, it's mine now. The cameramen are mine now. He says these fat ass fans are mine now. So he's being a dick while he's doing it. And he throws Roman Reigns out of the ring while he's talking smack, and Jey and Roman just so happen to be helping each other up by the barricade when Braun Breaker goes, hell no, gets out of the ring, double running spear through the barricade to both Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Damn, man. They stand tall. Bronson Reed.
I was going to say, that's not it.
Go for it. Tell him what happened.
No, Bronson Reed just, he hasn't really done a whole lot. He doesn't want to be outshined, right? He's had a couple tsunamis here and there. He walks over, Roman Reigns laid out. He just takes the Jordans right off Roman Reigns.
He mugs him. He mugs the man.
He kisses him.
Takes the shoes. It's a bocce.
Goes in the ring. Holds him up.
I bet they're on eBay by now. I'm selling this. Oh my God. Raw ends with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed absolutely destroying Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. And it's looking like the takeaway is going to be that Braun Breaker is stepping into the leader role of this new faction. And I think that is the absolute right way to go. Pop the hell out of this, man.
Yeah, you could have given me this right when Seth Rollins got hurt. We could have just shot this to the moon and injected into my veins, and we would have been good to go. This is the exact right move. It's nice to have Braun Breaker being the vocal leader as well. Like, I'm doing this. We have a plan. I am the leader. He goes and cuts a nice promo on Roman Reigns after last week. He looked a little bit shaky at times, right? A little bit nervous. And then you have him just go out there and absolutely destroy Roman, destroy Jey. This faction honestly has some juice behind them now. The two of them, Braun and Bronson, have a lot of juice. Now, who knows? Does Braun have more plans up his sleeve for SummerSlam? Is there a plan B that maybe Braun Breaker has up his sleeve to maybe one-up Roman and Jey? Who really knows? But Paul Heyman seemed to be on board. Bronson Reed listened to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker was all about it. The fans were all about it. So just give me this.
This might have been my favorite thing that they've done with this faction since introducing Braun Breaker to the faction on the night after WrestleMania. Like, Braun Breaker stepping up and being like, no, we're going to be fine, bro. Like, I got this. I have a plan. Follow me. I'll be the leader. And then he just backs it up by destroying Roman Reigns. And he cuts the reverse Roman promo where he's saying, all of this is mine now. Like, This is the Braun Breaker in the main event scene that I have been clamoring for ever since the dude broke through on the main roster. Like, this is exactly what we need to be doing. We need to get through this tag match and immediately get him into a one-on-one feud with Roman Reigns to fully cement him as a top guy in the WWE. But I think that what they did tonight is setting the foundation for a huge future for Braun Breaker. And I think it's I can't wait. I can't wait for SummerSlam now. And Braun Breaker, man, keep doing you. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant on the Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns is going to be going away.
Yeah.
So thanks, Roman. Really making people's growth just be hindered at this point. Maybe have Braun end up elevating up into that title scene, honestly. Versus whoever wins Gunther, Punk, run whoever versus Braun and sign me up and do that. Especially if there's a plan B and there is, let's say, a new member added into SummerSlam, which we'll talk about a little bit more in the predictions, things like that. But if there is another member, you can have him be the leader of those other two, and he can kind of take that championship title scene while Seth Rollins still has the briefcase in the bag.
Yep.
That sounds real nice to me.
I'm thinking the same thing. Maybe Seth Rollins comes back to, what did I create? And all of a sudden you got yourself money in the big briefcase and a Braun Breaker with a title. So crazy stuff may be happening down the line. And that's what we can look forward to, and that's what wrestling's all about. But anyway, we get this episode 13 pops to 4. Drops probably a little bit nicer on it than we should, but that ending was spectacular, and there were some very high points throughout the night. So I love it. It was good. We're popping. Make sure, though, thank you guys for stopping by the live stream today. YouTube.com/CODWrestlePod. But we have a huge week remaining. We have SmackDown and SummerSlam and Raw, all watch-alongs on YouTube.com/CODWrestlePod. So please be there. And then for everything else, we have at CODWrestlePod, COD WrestlePod. We have a link tree in our bio that'll shoot you anywhere to all of our social medias, which will be covering all of our SummerSlam content this week. So please check all of that out. But I'm Will. That's Brandon. We're the Cousins of Destruction Wrestling Podcast. We will see you next time.